So hey, what up? I mean, what's wrong with giving Grogu his own mech, man? So on this auspicious occasion, I'm going to look at IG-12, Grogu, and the Linzanthan. Yeah, they just throwing a bunch of vowels together and making something out of it. Hey, put a Z in there. We don't use Z that much. Yeah, sure. Okay, this was ridiculously priced at $27 originally. I got it for $11. And from here on out, that's exactly what, pretty much all my vintage collection will be. Clearance. I can't go with these prices. I mean, it's just ridiculous now. I'm pretty much all vintage at this point. I'm getting a few more Black Series. Of course, I've got a couple of videos on that. You'll see those. But all this is on clearance because this is ridiculously priced. Hasbro is smoking crack. I'll still cross the paywall for my favorite Marvel characters, and damn, Secret Wars Wave did it. I admit, I was going to wait for Magic to go on clearance, but then I said, fuck it, what the hell, So, there is that as well. But, honestly, the only line I'm actively collecting from Hasbro at this point is Marvel. And really just that sweet spot of 75 to 95 roundabout. The Bronze Age, in other words. And past that, I'm really not got any plans. I think I'm done with Origins, as my last video pointed out. I think, Mattel, as far as Mattel goes, I think the only thing I'm going to actively collect, I may collect that 6-inch line, I don't know yet. I'm collecting Action Force actively. Very, very cherry-picking Monster Force. Very, very. I'm barely going to get any of that. Just some nifty ones. I mean, the point is that, and I need to do this video because I found the audio finally. Toy tubing is in the garbage, and toy market is in the garbage. I've went on about the market. But toy tubing is totally in the garbage at this point. So, it's morphing, guys. I'm working on it. I'm trying to figure out what I'm doing and why. But we'll get there. And I forgot to put Watu back. Alright, but today we're looking at Star Wars. And I'm a sucker for Star Wars. And this, I'm going to admit, this was so stupid. This was freaking moronic. And I loved it. Sometimes moronic is good. It can work. And Grogu driving a mech is kind of funny, but also works for me. So, without further ado, let me open this up and we'll have some fun with this. And so here we go out of the box. This little dude, couldn't find nowhere for him. He doesn't go in on this anywhere, so he's just kind of got to stand alone, and he likes to fall over. Got a gun. Grogu. Oh. Huh, a minute ago I put him in there and he fell straight out. But now he's staying. Okay. Whatever. So now he will stay. But, and the insulting part about this is this was not a major deal. I had to do some stuff to the torso of the IG mold, and the rest is just the IG mold. Ridiculous to price this at $25. And I think fans recognized it because this sucker, just a second. I'm having trouble with the arms. Here we go. And there we go. Okay, they were just a little stiff, were fresh out of the box, but gives you an idea of the range, and of course the knees too, and all that crap. So, yeah, this is pretty standard. Again, this is just the IG mold. They've used it a million times. So, there was no excuse for this. No excuse for that price. None whatsoever. I don't care what you say. To me, I mean, this is just... And I'm sorry, I've got a bunch of Black Series that I got on sale around too. I'm filming that at the same time, but to me this is just indicative of you know, Hasbro's fucking greed. I mean, let's just spell it out. Just be blunt. Hasbro's fucking greed. And they're greeding themselves right out of business. Which is fine. That's your prerogative. You can do that. They don't care they're going to gaming anyway. But we still get, I mean, this, well, honestly, this should have been about $10. I mean, it should have been what I got for it. So, again, there's no excuse for this at this day and age, and I can't in good conscience buy any Hasbro Star Wars product at full price anymore. I can't. It's not worth it. There's just too much other good stuff out there that I don't need to do this to myself. And so I'm refusing. So again, I'll do videos when I get stuff, but you know, like this guy, I think I spent $5 on. And there's a couple more around here somewhere. But I've already featured him in a video. And like, yeah, I had some vintage out here a while ago back. I don't know what Hasbro's thinking with this, but you know, as much as people poo-poo about vintage don't sell, Black Series ain't selling either, man. You might want to check that before you start bragging too much. Because I went to Ollie's today, and oh boy, they haven't got any new stuff because they can't get rid of the old stuff. Hodo's still around. Hodo. Yeah. Is this line salvageable? Not at these prices. No. No way. Star Wars will not be salvageable at the current prices. And I'm looking around and I'm challenging myself to find something I spent full price on. I don't think I have anything. I mean, I got stuff from 10 years ago I spent full price on. Yeah, but I've got nothing. Nothing from Star Wars I've spent full price. Because, I refuse to. This is ludicrously bad. It's just ludicrously bad. Do I like this? Absolutely I do, because it's so stupid. You got a little Yoda dude in a mech. In his own personal mech. I love it. It's stupid, yes, but I love it. It's funny, it's weird, and it's right up my alley, man. Just something oddball and fun. We don't have a lot of that in the toy world right now. And on the show, this was kind of a stupid idea. I didn't like it on the show, but, you know, to get an action figure, sure. And on top of that, it's not a bad action figure. You know, it's got plenty of range and everything, but you just, man, I just can't get over vintage collection anymore. There's so many good things you could do with this line, and it's like, well, let's just screw it up and sell $20 toys for $100. You know, I'm thinking about the N1 when I say that. Because literally the N1 is Naboo Starfighter. Naboo Starfighter had lights and sounds and was $20 when it came out. The N1, same amount of plastic, $120. Give me a fucking break. That is such an egregious bullshit rise in price. That's just BS. And don't buy into it, man. I mean, you know, get the shit on clearance, because you know, that's the other thing. It's not that important. I mean, if you've been collecting for a while, like me, look at that. I mean, how many of the concept R2-D2s do you see in vintage collection, huh? Seriously. I mean, I've been collecting a long damn time on this line. I've sold more than most people have owned. And that's not a flex. That's being blunt. Because honestly, the vintage collection, to me, I love it. I really do. I love the vintage collection. It is where I started toy collecting. It is that scale I first bought way back in 1978. Previous to that, I've been buying adventure people. I absolutely loved Star Wars. I still love Star Wars, the original trilogy. Because now you have to differentiate. You cannot just say, I love Star Wars, because then people are like, you like the Acolyte? No. That sucked. But that wasn't the original trilogy. Love the original trilogy. It's one of my favorite sets of movies of all time. And yet, this is what I get. $27 for junk. And I mean, don't get me wrong. This was a $50 2-pack right here. I didn't pay no $50 for it. And if I were to really look, I'm going to tell you more Black Series is on clearance than Vintage Collection. I just happened upon this and realized, oh yeah, I do like that. I want that. And I bought it. For $10. Well, 11 shipped, you know. Whatever. 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. But still, I mean, I don't see how. Well, you know, and then again, let me talk about this. I saw the price on the mask vehicles today. I believe it's $50 for the Piranha and $85 for the classic Chevy. I'm forgetting the name. And apologies. It was like 84. I saw some people going, well, you know, it's only money. You can't stay rich forever. And I'm like going, you know, this company, the Loyal Subjects, is gouging your ass. You know this for fact. You just need to simply look at what they're charging and realize they are gouging you for your member berries. Don't bullshit. There is no reason for those prices to have nearly doubled. They saw you're gonna fucking buy it, even if it's cheaply made, even if it falls apart. Has everyone forgotten the car when you put the figure in and snap the door down, the door pops off? Slight design flaw. I mean, why would you buy a toy line? You can't even sit the figure in the fucking vehicle. And people with rose-colored glasses are always going, oh, when we were kids, we just accepted these kind of things. No, we fucking did not. If the original mask line had been like that, that line would have died in 10 minutes. There were lines like that. No one remembers them. There's a reason no one remembers them. You know, I mean, look at this. Cars. These are well made. They're good. I mean, we get some break. I mean, if I pull this hard enough, yeah, it's going to break. But, you know, there are limits to every material in the world. But, I mean, these are pretty good. I like them. I've always liked cars. Why? Because they're made well and they're cool. And I love that movie. I love all 3 of the movies. Yeah, 3. Sorry, for a minute I thought there was a Cars 4, and then I realized, no, it's Toy Story 4. I just enjoy them. And I bought Cars for the longest time. Because I enjoy the movie. Just as much as I enjoy Mr. Wally over here. Wally's always around somewhere. Love Wally. I want him to fit in with my Star Wars, though. And he just barely does. Barely. But he does. But I mean, if these companies are going to charge that much, they deserve to go to clearance. Seriously. But they won't make any more. Maybe that's a good thing. Because, I mean, with the secondary market as loaded as it is, with both Black Series and Vintage Collection, what else do we fucking need? What else is there? To me, there's almost nothing. And that's why I'm not really enamored by these incredibly high prices. I hear people all the time say, oh, price is just relative. No, it's not. Price is what you value your collectibles at. And if you think this is worth 25 bucks, first, you're a fool. Second, a fool and his money are easily parted. And that's why you have no money. Think about it. And dude, I've done it too. I'm not about to sit here and act all high and mighty. I've overspent all the time. I've done it throughout my collecting journey. And it's not necessarily bad that you do it once or twice. It's bad when you're always doing it because you want the next new. And what's going to happen is this shit is not going to hold its value. It never does. It's going to fall because we're the last generation of this shit. Nobody's going to care about masks after we're gone. Nobody. No one. You might get some hangers on for a real American hero for maybe a generation. And just be kids, remember, oh, my dad loved this. You know, Marvel, I could see Marvel holding on for a while, a couple of generations. I mean, but not the way it is. Star Wars had the potential. They've ruined it. I don't think it can recover anymore. I really don't. Dungeons and Dragons? No. WWE? No. The WWE is going to be washed up within a decade. Is that a bold statement? One could say it is. I think if you just watch what's happening, you'll see what I'm talking about. Either way, the point is the value is no longer there. People are seeing it in wrestling. People are seeing it in action figure collecting. People are seeing it everywhere. And they're backing up. And they're really only getting the really good stuff. And the stuff that's near and dear to their hearts. You just have to talk to people and find out. There is nobody collecting everything right now. I'm sure there's a few that's going to claim it, but they ain't. That's not a bad thing. Collect what you love. Be smart about it. But even if I love this, I am not spending $27 for this. That is ridiculous. Nor am I spending $80 on a toy. I can buy a vintage one mint for half that price. Because it's made better. The Loyal Subjects is the one that kills me. But I got a feeling this will all come to a head soon. And a lot of those guys who bought those Loyal Subject mask toys, you're going to regret that purchase. Then what you going to do? Alright, I'm going to wrap it up. I got a toy. That's all. Just wanted to talk about prices. Because prices suck. Take care, everybody.